What's up? It is time for us to flow with tarot on this Friday afternoon or whenever it is that you're watching this. Okay, we are in the middle of spring solstice. Okay, so I gave you some tips on how to harness the energy of this time in the last video. So it was the Three of Cups that we talked about, but before getting into the analyzing the card, I gave you some tips on how to harness the energy of the spring solstice, of the new moon, of this new year. Okay, so watch that. So let's get into today's card. Let's see what comes up here. So like we always do, I am spreading the card deck out this way, and I'm just gonna pull. So what we have here is the Six of Swords. Okay. So with this Six of Swords card, I always feel like with all the cards, and I think I've said this about all the cards, they're all loaded. They are layered. Okay. So one could take this to mean that here's a person here who is perhaps tired, perhaps exhausted, all right? Mentally, physically, spiritually, you know, the whole gamut. And so this person, while in their exhaustion, they are still taking it upon themselves to move away from something, to move perhaps beyond where they're at. Now, here's the thing, when you are going through something in your life, okay, you're going through a challenge, the challenge is very present. It's present in the way that you think, it's present in the way that you feel, all right? And you know that you have to take some action, and you know that as a sovereign being that you have the power to move beyond where you're at if you don't like it, if things are not going the way that you want them to. Okay, you don't need to wait for anyone to give you permission to move, okay, to change. You don't need anyone's permission to do that. But at the same time, there is such a thing as finding a balance to where you, when you are feeling tired, before you take a move, it's very important to use that balance to help you determine, okay, is this in my tiredness, in my exhaustion, is this the right time for me to take action? Or should I allow myself to rest and then take action? There is a balance in that takes place. Now, of course, if you are in a challenge where you are being physically harmed and it's a life or death situation, then yes, you will have to go in your exhaustion. You will have to move, you will have to take action in your exhaustion. And then in that case, in that extreme case, that is especially where you need to ask for help, okay? Utilize whatever resource that you need to use to leave that harmful environment, okay? So I just wanted to throw that out there. That's not what I'm saying here when I'm telling you to, in a challenging situation, I'm not telling you to rest to the point of ignoring that you need to take action. I'm not telling you to rest as a way to just hoping that the challenge will somehow go away on its own. No, but what I am saying is to allow yourself, first of all, to process what is happening. And in that way, when you allow yourself to process what's happening, you allow yourself to process your emotions, you're not moving and taking action in a reactive way. You're moving with strategy. You're moving with foresight. You're moving with the guidance of your intuition. You're moving with the guidance of the wisdom that your ancient ancestors left for you to use. You're moving in the spiritual technology that you have in your DNA that is from your ancestors, that your ancestors left for you to thrive in. Okay? So that's what I mean. Because sometimes you can be in a challenge where it is exhausting, and you're moving, you're taking action, but you're taking action in exhaustion. And many times that is not, there's no profit on the other side of that action. And when I'm talking about profit, I'm talking about more than just money. Yes, money included, yes, but also to profit in your health, to profit in the results that you get, to profit in your action leading to more opportunity for you, your action leading to your prosperity, your action leading to increased stability and safety and prosperity and abundance of all things good and perfect. That's what I'm talking about overall with profit. So, your action that you take to resolve a challenge, it should have profit for you. You should benefit from your own action. And many times when you are taking action from a place of, oh, I'm just exhausted, sometimes your action doesn't yield that profit, it doesn't yield benefit for you because of the energy in which you're taking the action in. Okay? Also, this card reminds us that when you are moving beyond a challenge, everyone can't go with you. They can't. I don't care how long, I don't care who the person is, I don't care who the people are, I don't care how long you've known them. Everyone cannot go with you because everyone can't hold the capacity for you to, as you move, you're also elevating in your identity. Everyone can't handle your elevated identity because you will have people that will be insistent upon keeping you where you were. They may not be doing that intentionally, but in their conversation and how they see you, and them reminding of what you used to do instead of leaving what was in the past, leaving it where it's at, and just allowing you to move forward. And those people you can't take with you. Those people, you try to take them with you in your elevation, then they too become baggage. They become the source of your exhaustion. Is not their fault. You made them that way. You made those people the source of your exhaustion when you could have just left them where they were. Okay? So, that is what I'm feeling with the Six of Swords, which is, it's very interesting. Like I said, there's a bunch of things going on with this card. And another thing that I want to address with this card too is that we can't ignore the water here. At least I can't ignore it. Sometimes when we don't give ourselves time to process the challenge and to rest in our minds and in our bodies, and we just move and we're so reactive, those actions that we're taking in that energy, we make things more difficult than what they are. With the energy of water teaches us to flow, to move with ease. That just because you have a challenge, it doesn't mean that the resolution has to come with difficulty. No. We can set the standard so that any challenge that comes in, our resolution, we get to it easily. And we apply that resolution to that challenge, and it's resolved easily. Challenge does not have to equate to a difficult resolution. We make things harder than what they are, and they don't have to be. So that's another point that I wanted to make with this card. So let me know what you got from the Six of Swords today. All right, and we'll just keep moving through the deck. We're moving through this consistently. I have been having so much fun. I look forward to this. This is like my, almost kind of like my playtime with these cards. So let me know what your takeaways are, and we will just keep flowing with tarot. And you remember to stay in your magic.